Scurryface.com, this is Tyler West. We are here with Russ McKamey himself. He is physically sitting here. He is in the South, he's moved to Tennessee after many years in California, after spreading controversy all over the country. We're finally going to sit down with him and get the truth out and figure out why does he have so many haters, naysayers, the LICs, why
I
exist.
love my LICs.
So we're going to get it all on the table for everybody today. So we're here, and Russ McKamey, everybody.
Hey,
so,
well, thanks for having me here.
You are very welcome. So let's just get right to it.
Let's do it.
So who is Russ McKamey, and at what point did you create McKamey Manor and decide it needed to become a reality?
Well, I'm just an entertainer. You know, whether I'm in a band or doing my wedding DJ stuff, which is pretty crazy, right? I'm this crazy, over-the-top hunter, but I'm also this wedding hey kind of guy. Yeah, so it doesn't make any sense, right? But I just like to entertain, whether it be doing plays or music, choir, drama, band. I was that nerdy guy in high school, and then I was a theater arts major in college, and then I jumped in the Navy for 23 years, and I was doing haunts even out to sea. It didn't matter where I was. I was doing them on the ships for the guys. So it didn't matter. If I was in a one-bedroom apartment, I was doing a haunt. It did not matter. I just like to entertain the folks. So that's what I am. I'm an entertainer, and I'm just lucky that I'm able to do that and get my little projects off the ground. And I'm even more lucky that people respond to them. I mean, that's really nice, for better or for worse, if people give you some attention from it. And I get a lot of negative stuff, but it's all fine. And a lot of that is pre-planned on my part. I mean, I definitely know how to spin people up, so I know what I'm doing. And a lot of the folks get so angry about things that are actually, just smoke and mirrors. But that's the fun of it, right? Is seeing if you can put a project together, seeing how far you can push people, and seeing what they'll really buy into. Is it real? Is it not real? I don't know. You got to come and find out, right?
That's right. That's right. So where did McKamey Manor start? Where did you decide that you wanted to turn it to McKamey's Manor?
Well, it's been McKamey Manor like for 8,000 years. I mean, I've been doing haunts ever since I was 6, 7 years old. I got hooked on it when my dad would take me out to just trick-or-treating and whatever, and people would have these cool things like cardboard boxes. I remember distinctly that this one house had a cardboard box tunnel maze set up, and I thought that was just the coolest thing in the world. So from then I was like, Dad, I got to go see more of this stuff. And so then he'd take me to other houses that did something above and beyond, and then I was hooked on it. And then when I was just a little guy, I was doing little haunts in the garage, and it was always called McKamey Manor. So it's always been that name. Never changed. I thought, well, McKamey, I like that. That's my name, and Manor, that works. And let's call it McKamey Manor. Because I'm a simple guy. I'm a simple man. So you got to keep things, easy for me. Otherwise, I'll get confused, right? So McKamey Manor works real well.
Absolutely. All right. Well, in San Diego, it seemed you caught a lot of backlash very quickly. How did you take the instant anger and negativity in the beginning? And was there ever a point you said to yourself, maybe this isn't a good idea? Despite all of that, what kept you going? Oh,
the backlash kept me going. I mean, the crazier things get, the more excited I get about it. So, people think, oh, we're going to shut him down now. We got him now, by golly. Just like when I moved out of San Diego, that's it. He is history. Finally, McKamey Manor is dead. And it's like I'm thinking, don't they know who I am? Don't they know I'm going to just bounce right back? And don't they know I have a plan? I mean, I live for the drama, actually. So because it's entertaining to me. Because I know what's real and what's not. And I'm sure we'll get into it, but we have a lot of drama going on right now here in good old Summertown, and that is just so funny to me. The kind of things that they say about what we're doing, it's just so over the top that you couldn't write a better script. I mean, I have to thank these individuals, my neighbors, for spinning this county up, because it's just, how fun is that, right? It is fun. And that's the same thing how it was in San Diego too, because we were doing the haunt in San Diego for like 19 years before it got kind of well known. And it got well known because of a movie I did. And the movies are all kind of what kind of spurred this whole thing on. I always filmed everything, but I never actually had the I never had the means to make the films. And then when I got my first Mac computer, I go, whoa, look at here, iMovie. Well, let me make a movie or two. And so all these movies are made on the simplest little format. You know, I'm not using anything big. I'm not using any high-end this or that. It's just basic little iMovie. So I made this promo for the Scare LA show in 2015. And that thing's got like, 50 million views. It's crazy. Wow. And that thing went viral around the world. And then everybody got really concerned, like, what is going on in San Diego? The police got involved. The FBI got involved. The IRS got involved. Immigration got involved. I mean, you name it. I've had everybody looking at good old Russ about what is that guy really doing?
What's he doing?
Man,
What's
this
he doing?
Is nuts. And so it all started. The controversy, I think, about 2005, maybe. I don't know, I lose track. Maybe even a little further down the road. But it's just been a natural progression. The haunt has always been different. I've always thought outside the box. And even back in the 90s and the 80s, it was still a different kind of haunt. But it wasn't anything to where it is now. But every year, you have to up yourself. You have to, do one better. And so it's just a natural progression that it would be as crazy as it is now in 2017 if you just think, well, realistically, he's got to keep on going with it. So where's it going to be 16 years from now? And now it's 2016, 17. So yeah, it's crazy, which is where it would be. And, scary thing is, what's it going to be in 5 or 6 years from now? I mean, because every year I have to try to, up the ante. Yep. And after a while, you're thinking, well, where's it going to go? So that's the interesting part. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Part.
It's the fun part. But I don't know how it's going to be in 2 or 3 years from now. Yeah. It's going to be just as crazy or crazier, of course, but I don't know. That's the fun of it. Keep you on the toes, absolutely.
Right. Well, speaking of where the negativity started in the past, a few of the Manor contestants made some serious claims as to what you were really doing on the tour, or your crew members.
Sure.
Some claims that you lied to them as what would happen to them. They were physically beaten into submission.
Oh man, I love that one.
Yeah, that's the best one. Sexually assaulted, tortured by waterboarding and other means. Some even hijack your social media, flooding your page with these claims. Can you at this point clear the air with these negative claims against you and McKamey Manor? Is McKamey Manor torturing people to the extent of what is being said? Is this what you refer to as the LIC, low information crowd, comes from?
Well, let's start off with, and we'll get to all that, but everybody who's made all these crazy claims, you got to put your little thinking cap on for all the viewers out there, all you guys out there watching now. You got to think, if these things were really going on to the extent that you've heard, wouldn't I be in jail? Wouldn't I be prosecuted? Wouldn't I have lawsuits against me? The answer would be yes. So clearly there's something else going on that is not quite what it seems. Otherwise, I would be in jail because torture is illegal.
Exactly.
Holding people against their will is illegal. Beating people up, illegal. And I have a really good track record. In all these years, compared with other extreme haunts, in which I don't like to put myself in with the other haunts, because the other extreme haunts, 99% of them are hypersexual, and that's not what McKamey Manor is. So one of your questions was about being sexually assaulted. Yeah. I mean, McKamey Manor, for anybody who really knows, it's a very PG-13 affair. There's nothing inappropriate ever going on. There's no sexual content. No one's whispering in your ear or anything. There's no religion. There's very limited amount of cussing involved. We started cussing a little bit in the last couple of movies, but otherwise it's been really squeaky clean. So if those kind of things were really going on, then I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be locked up.
You'd be locked up.
And people have tried to do that. So they've had folks put these claims out, and when they do, law enforcement, of course, has to come and investigate, right? But what the folks who put these claims out don't understand, or they forget, is that I film every single endeavor I have with these individuals, whether it be a Skype interview or the actual show, or everything is on film. So all I have to do is go back, which I've done numerous times, and showed law enforcement, okay, let's look at the raw footage. And they go, oh, you got raw footage? Absolutely, we have every single frame. I show it to them, and they go, nothing here. Thank you very much. And that's happened time and time again. Now, either these folks are trying to just outright lie, or maybe in their mind they believe that these things have really taken place, because it is quite scary the way we run the show. It's very psychological. It's very much a one-on-one scenario, and you are going to believe everything that I want you to believe. I'm in total control of the sights, the sounds, the smells, of your feelings, really. I know how to get inside a person's head. I'm real good at doing that. So, you know, in hindsight, maybe they actually believe this stuff really took place. For a long time, I thought, well, they're just trying to cause trouble. And I think the majority of them are, but maybe some folks really do think that they were, I can't say assaulted, because there's no reason they'd ever think that, but maybe think they were beat up or pushed to the limit unfairly, or made the tour too personal, whatever. But be warned, if you come to McKamey Manor, we're going to make your tour personal. Every single tour is different. We're going to find out about you. We're going to talk to your family, your friends, the people who don't like you. We're going to get the dirt on you. We're going to find out a lot of information, a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you probably don't want me knowing about.
Yeah.
But we spend a couple of months with each person before they go in to really get that information and really find out what we can kind of use against them. Is it fair? Yes, because everybody knows that's what I do, right? So some people think that I that's under the table and just not a, you know, it's not fair. But it is, because you know that's happening. You know I'm going to make the tour personal. You know I'm going to bring up stuff that you think is secured, but it's not secured. And I'm going to get inside your head and really mess with you. So McKamey Manor, I'd say by far, is more psychological than physical. By far. You're not going to see everything, because I'm very specific about what I show in my movies, and I'm going to make it look as scary and as rough as possible. But clearly, if I'm the filmmaker and I'm the guy who's presenting what I am presenting, I know what kind of reaction it's going to get. So I'm trying to spin people up, and that's what I've always done, and that's what I'll continue to do, because it's no fun to show people that we're taking care of them, that we're giving them breaks, and here's some Gatorade, and here's some water, and lay down here a little, you know.
Take a breather. Yeah.
You know, why am I going to do that? I'm not. I'm going to make it look as crazy as possible. But that being said, even though we do take care of you very well, it's still extremely difficult, and it will stay with you. It will be a life-changing event when you go through the real show. Not like what we're going to do today. This is fun and games. This is goofy stuff. But when you go through the real show, it will change you for better or for worse. And I'm hoping it's for better, because I want this to be a positive, fun experience. We never want anything to come out to where you're injured mentally or physically. And that's why I'm so particular about who actually takes the tour. I mean, no other haunt in the world makes you get a letter from your doctor, a letter from a psychologist. We do a background check on you. We're going to have you do these pre-interviews. You're going to sign a 40-page waiver. In the waiver, everybody knows exactly what they're getting into once they sign the waiver. And there's a copy of it online. It's old. It's several years old, and it's much more in detail than that waiver is. But you're going to know, and there's no way you can come back and say, you know, Russ, I didn't know that you were going to pull my tooth out. Well, yeah, you did. You signed right here that we can pull your tooth out without Novocaine. I didn't say that. But yeah, you did. So there's some crazy things that can happen. I'm not going to lie to you. But the people that go in know that going in, and they're a different kind of a breed. I mean, they're not like you or me. I wouldn't want to go into this thing. It's crazy. I'll build it, and I've tried all the stunts, but is it for me? It's not for me.
Yeah.
But there's those adrenaline junkies out there that can't get scared over anything else, so they come to McKamey Manor, and we scare them, and we change them. And again, hopefully it's for the better, because our goal is not to hurt you. Our goal is to entertain you. This is entertainment. It's an illusion. It's fun and games, and it's for a certain kind of crowd, not for everybody.
Not for everybody. So in other words, all those LICs are just misinformed people dedicated to not understanding or accepting facts. Basically,
kind of. I love my LICs, because McKamey Manor wouldn't be anywhere without those low information folks. And LIC stands for low information crowd, if you didn't know, right? The misinformed. And we have a lot of those people out here. and you got to love them. But yeah, everybody who's complained about it, again, there's a reason why they don't press any charges. There's a reason why they don't have any lawsuits against me, because they know in their heart of hearts that, first off, I have all the evidence to dispute what they say, and they know that they signed up for that, and they know exactly what they were getting into. That's why they can bark and cry, but there's no legal action anywhere, because they understand what really took place. So folks need to kind of remember that.
Yeah. When you were officially dubbed the country's most extreme haunted house, and now it's considered most extreme in the world, and controversial, so how did that make you feel? Did you embrace it and feel it was a deserving title?
It was, it's nice to hear that. It's nice to know that I built this little haunt, little mom and pop haunt, because it really is. I mean, I'm the dumbest businessman in the world. People keep saying, oh, you're running a business, and it's not a business. This is, people need to understand, this is my hobby. I'm not making any money on this thing. I've spent close to $1 million throughout my life of my own hard-earned money just to build this to entertain the folks. I mean, how stupid am I? I'm very stupid, because there's no money to be made in McKamey Manor. How can you make money when you spend 36 hours on one person's tour? That's a negative. That's a no-brainer of not making a cent. That's ridiculous. So it's so silly that I'm even doing this, but I do this because the fans like it and because it's entertaining to me. So it felt good to get that recognition, because I knew that it was all a bunch of hooey. I know that what I'm doing is not what they think it is, but I know how to present it in such a way, and I can deliver on a product that I can make people believe that it really is that way. So I have to sit back and just kind of giggle to myself that that's pretty clever. And if you or your audience knows this guy named William Castle back from the 60s, 50s and 60s, he was a low-budget Alfred Hitchcock guy, and he produced and directed a lot of low-budget, really creative, fun movies like The House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price, and The Tingler with Vincent Price again. And what William Castle would do, he'd use a lot of gimmicks in his movies, where, like, you know, he'd put buzzards under the seats for the audience to feel like when the Tingler was supposedly escaped in the audience and the theater went dark and this creature's running around and the seats are buzzing and people are, that's kind of what I do. It's smoke and mirrors. I do a lot of that kind of thing. And that's where I get my biggest enjoyment from. Is like, all right, if I pull this stunt, if I pull this illusion, will the audience buy it? And it's really nice when they do.
Yeah.
And so it's very satisfactory. It's a lot of satisfaction for me to see that my little, again, I go back to smoke and mirrors because it really is, can actually work.
Yeah.
But I challenge anybody to actually try to get through the haunt. And I offer a $1,000 bounty to anybody nationwide, worldwide, who can take the tour. My little smoke and mirrors, little gimmick, little mom and pop, little haunt, little boo, little nothing deal here. And y'all know it's not real. You know you're not going to die inside, right? You're not going to die. So why can't, so you have to ask yourself, why has nobody ever been able to complete the McKamey Manor experience in all these years? And if you do complete it, I will give you $1,000.
$1,000. That's cash right then and there.
That's cash right there.
Right
That's
then
in
and there.
the contract. You're going to sign this thing, yeah? If you complete it, you got it. The money is yours. But there's a reason why. Why have my special warfare guys, all the Marines I've put through, and I'm military too. I was in the military for 23 years. Law enforcement who've gone through it. Why? I have these tough hombres never been able to get to the end. That's the exciting part of McKamey Manor. And that's what your crew, and that's what all the fans out there need to ask yourself. What's really going on? What's really happening out there? Come and find out.
Is anybody up for the challenge? $1,000. Right there.